Boop, boop. Start streaming, start recording. Okay, now good behavior from you guys. We are live.
I will not be good. You can't make me. I'm going to be neutral.
Be good. No.
Yes. Good, good. Let
Okay.
the hate flow through you.
Just waiting to actually see the video playing.
Oh, just a quick heads up. I have to go before 2.
Okay.
Like my math, time conversion.
And I've got to leave.
4.5
probably-
hours.
I've got to leave sometime about 1.
How about you stop giving me a time and start saying in how many hours you have to leave? That would
Like I
help.
just did.
Yeah.
Okay. So about 3 hours.
That,
now.
that should be more than enough time. Okay, well, I confirmed we are live, and oh, does anybody remember what we did last time? I know it's been a while, but maybe you do.
We've been
We've been bamboozled, folks.
yeah.
Everything we know is
Can
a
I
lie.
just railroad this for a minute because I've been waiting for this for a long time.
Okay.
Sure.
I thought we were gonna have Sammy do the intro.
Come on, let's not throw the burb under the bus here. Because much to our personal detriment.
Totally. All I did last session was I was updating my resume because I looked around and realized as I got shot a bunch that I'm working with the wrong people. So I was thinking maybe if I got in with some people with a little bit more I don't know bullet absorption that maybe I could have a better life.
Rach, please go ahead.
Okay, well, the long and the short of it here is that we've been bamboozled a nice, ugly way. The package we delivered was empty, and it is us who's being held responsible for that, even though, as far as we can tell, there's only one opportunity that it could have been stolen.
And
But
you
even
just
then-
completely skipped over the event at the airport.
And I have not finished!
Oh
I
my.
have not finished!
Razzie,
Be
let-
thou patient.
Razzie, let Rach finish.
Now then, there was only one point at which it could have been stolen, and much unpleasantly, when we finally actually got to the place where we were supposed to deliver it, we had people trying to turn us into Swiss cheese with bullets. It wasn't the most pleasant thing. Oh, by the way, exploding robot. Clever, but also very lethal. Not acceptable, not nice.
Ouch.
It's very rude.
Ouch.
Also, as an aside, we've taken what should have taken 2 sessions and made it into 10. We're awesome that way. But
Thumbs up.
the long and the short of it is, the MacGuffin files weren't there, and we ain't happy. Seems like we need a sequel to Pulp Fiction.
Waiter, more MacGuffin muffins.
Mhm. And that's where we pick up here. We're now being held responsible by our current employer, air quotes, to recover their MacGuffin and clear our names. Otherwise, bad stuff. I don't know what the bad stuff is, but honestly, part of me is convinced that my character doesn't care and would rather just deal with the bad stuff. But that's him! Who's to know what the rest of the party's up to? I'm not in charge of that. There's a whole other group of people who's in charge of that stuff. Did I get it all? Is there important bits I'm missing?
I blew up.
Well, you were part of the exploding robot incident, so we'll take that. Yeah.
Milo finally got a chance to do his job for once. And
Oh. Oh, and the hyena lady that we fought is somehow involved with that.
yeah,
Yeah.
we apparently have about 4 factions working against us right now, and I'm including our employers.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, employers. Real helpful.
Gee, it's
This
like
is,
real life.
Totally why I think this is a good time to brush up my resume because you guys are really bad news, and I don't think it's gonna look good on my record.
Ain't nothing gonna look good on anybody's record.
This will not reflect well on TTI.
It's not gonna reflect well on anybody. It's a terrible mirror.
I would like to note, as far as you know, TTI is about the only corporation that's not involved in this.
Yeah, which is I'm totally one of their reps or something because I'm owned. So if they just be I don't know, maybe we just don't want to do this.
Spyglass. Spyglass, help. Send help.
Spyglass is probably knee deep in this. We just can't tell.
Well, nobody can ever tell with Spyglass.
Unless they tell you, because sometimes they just do.
Nobody
Oh,
expects
true.
the Spanish
Because they
Inquisition.
can. Not because it actually will help you, but just because they can.
Just because, hey, look, we're telling you the truth. Damn it.
By the way, it was us. It was us the whole time.
It was me. I was the turkey all along.
I don't think IRPF is involved outside of the trail of
Corpses.
bad people we leave in our wake.
Well, they're probably involved. They probably get paid money to, ignore certain things or pay attention to certain things.
I mean, obviously they're involved because we'd be arrested otherwise. Holy crap. We've done multiple things where we should have been arrested and imprisoned, and they were just we'll just talk to you. Okay, bye.
Well,
Get out of
you were confirmed to be acting in self-defense in both cases, so...
I don't believe that. I don't trust it. I trust pierogies.
Hey, we're not Han. You didn't shoot first.
Actually, in the event on the station, I think you did actually shoot first there.
They just look threateningly
Maybe.
from across the way.
Okay. Well, I believe last time we actually left our intrepid heroes. You were in in a certain abandoned small office building where the exchange of the object was supposed to take place. And like Rach has said, Miss Shodal has just informed you that it is that according to your contract, it is now your job to find out what happens, or as she put it, she is contractually obligated to give you the opportunity instead of just have you thrown in jail or something.
Well, that could have been worse.
So yeah, basically it's your time to decide how to proceed.
We should probably get the address, name, and contact info for the last person to have the box, since that's obviously the only chance it could have. Since it's only been open once, and it was to put the thing in.
How are we supposed to know what we're getting? How are we supposed to know what to look for if it's not in the box?
And we're not being told what it is.
Yeah. If they took it out of the box, how do we know what it is that they want? For all we know, it could be I don't know, Some kind of street sign, for all we know.
The box is not big enough to actually hold the average street sign.
I'm pretty sure, and I'm pretty sure if they wanted one, they could just have one printed out. Just saying.
Yeah.
Really?
Well, yeah. That's how that works. How do you think they're made?
I want one.
Street signs are not a limited resource in this setting.
They have some golden goose somewhere who poops them out? No. They're printed just like everything else.
It's a special street sign.
I'm gonna get one.
Made from the tears of those who crash into it.
Okay, okay.
I don't know. I mean, obviously we want to track down that person, but are we sure there wasn't at least one other opportunity at which it could have been taken?
I mean, from what she was saying, the box logged when it got opened, and it only got opened one other time, and that was to put the thing in.
Unless
So
it
we're-
was, of course, hacked.
Yeah, I was gonna say, so we can either assume that she's lying, that she's telling the truth, or she's wrong. I don't see any benefit to lying about that.
Okay, so then we go with the idea that she's wrong on some level. So either the log has been erased, and the only way that you'd be able to check it is the actual, like, code. Because, you know, like hard drives, just because you deleted it from the open viewable files doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Mhm.
Or it never made it in the first place. Like you said.
Mhm.
So, if
So do we want to go on the assumption that she's correct and have a lead on at least the
Something.
one bit of information we have, or assume she's lying and now it could be anyone or anything at any time?
well, I mean, I have a question, Tygon.
Yes.
Are we able to take this box and inspect it and try to understand how it works, or are we not going to be allowed to do that for security purposes?
You will have to ask your let's say employer for that.
Oh, that's the thing. It's like I thought that would have been something that we covered earlier. Sorry.
Oh.
It has been a bit of a while. I haven't remembered exactly all that we said.
Yeah, no, it's fine. It's fine.
So I'm gonna have Guy ask her then. We know of only one time it's been logged. Is there any way to have tricked it, i.e., make it seem like that? Is it completely unhackable? I don't understand how the box works. Are we going to be able to inspect the box so that we can understand it? So we might be able to get clues as to figure out how it's gone missing.
She looks critically at Guy for a moment. Then goes, well, I guess that would be only fair, but not here.
That makes sense.
I suggest we move to a more secure location.
That also makes sense.
As
Is
she
anybody
says
else opposed to that?
As she says this, Trish just kind of looks around at the bodyguards. Like, right, more secure.
Dude, road trip.
I am speaking more about let's say electronic security.
Mm-hmm.
Faraday room.
one of my men will drive you.
Oh. Oh no.
That yes.
Just the initial thought of my little space at hearing this, like, oh no, I'm going to be in a Faraday bag. I don't have Wi-Fi. I don't like this anymore.
And then she basically turns around and leaves.
I can't do my job from here. Oh, okay.
None of
bye.
this really sits well with Trish. She's kind of a little bit paranoid about the situation right now. She's going
Aren't we
along,
all?
confident, like if something happens, she'll pop heads.
Yeah, so while Miss Shodor leaves, one of her bodyguard basically remains and looks expectantly at you.
I looked at him, and he looked at me. I looked at him, and he looked at me.
Sup, dude?
Or shall we leave?
Yes.
We are on a bit of a time schedule here, please.
I'm going
Follow
to.
your lead.
We wait for the guard
Waiting for
to
you.
do his thing.
Okay. Well, he
don't know.
he basically returns to the van vehicle thing that you came in.
Oh. Oh right, we had this awesome space van.
Space van.
It's the mystery. It's the space mystery machine.
Oh dear.
Yeah.
It's going to be some guy in a mask. Unless this is the movie.
So I'm guessing we're all going?
I would assume so.
Okay.
Unless we're trying very hard to avoid the plot.
Side quest time! Power level until we can just one-shot the boss.
Well, I'm afraid this isn't Final Fantasy. It's not gonna work that way.
Oh no, they scale.
Damn it!
So you can't
Damn
suplex a
it!
ghost
I
train?
wanted to make Sephiroth look like a punk. No.
Okay. Well, assuming you all follow like good little employees.
Oh.
Yeah.
Dude, can we put something on the radio?
Though you careful on that good little employee gag.
Sorry.
Little employee is still a short joke.
I knew it the moment it came out of my mouth.
That is true.
Dude.
So you guys are very upset at Space God for inadvertently making a short joke. Shaking his little fist into the air. It's like, how dare you?
It's still a short way. It's still a short joke.
No need to have a short fuse, man. Just gotta go with it.
Alright, so
Okay.
more or less we're all piled into the van. Now what?
Yes. You can easily tell that your newly acquired driver is following the nice big shiny limo that Miss Shodal is riding.
Can we put some music on the radio, man?
The driver he's like fiddling with the controls for a moment, and like little holographic screen pops up, and it's just time for the news actually. And the reporter speaks of a what do you call it? A cowardly attack on the local spaceport.
That ended poorly for the attackers.
Yes, yes. There were
No.
there was a group of brave citizens who defended against this cowardly hideous attack on the security of of our citizen, and fortunately, very little damage was done. Even though the attackers detonated an explosive, which they intended to use on the facilities in the airport, maybe spaceport, maybe even one of the shuttles. It is
Baseball attentions have increased in NSA, not NSA, TSA standards.
yes.
Hey, those
Guys
Outside the
gonna-
airport, not their jurisdiction.
Guy's gonna raise an eyebrow or two and remark in passing to the driver, well, at least you guys got some very good PR manipulation skills, I'll give you that.
Ray's just going to elbow Guy and go, hey, that kind of looks like us, doesn't it?
Yes, Razor. Yes, it does.
The driver briefly glances at you, and then manipulates the controls again, and Miss Chodal's face appears overlaid on the screen. This was actually none of our doing.
Huh. Well then, break.
The spaceport, as well as the media outlet you're watching, is run by Marsco.
Oh.
And anything you hear, probably they claim that this group was part of some radicals, some university, probably. Obviously, a blatant lie. But it explains the incident well enough.
Whatever you can use to your advantage, right?
All the game theories going in my head right now. Oh.
Keep them in your head and away from Tygon's dirty claws!
That's why I didn't specify. I just said, oh, there's so much.
Watching you.
And she continues. Obviously, we don't have confirmation for that, but I am reasonably certain that the group that attacked you, they were probably Marsco as well. But more on that later. So the little road trip continues into a very, very nice part of New Pacifica. You can easily take this is where the rich people live.
Oh. So a bunch of nice architecture.
Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Man, I bet they have some great parties here.
Probably not in the way that Razor thinks.
I mean, they're rich people, so it probably actually is the kind Razor's thinking. Let's be honest.
Just looks at everything, just kind of gives a sigh, just like back to this stuff, huh?
Eccentric rich clients.
And eventually you're stopping in front of a not want to say large, but a bigger building, a very, very nice classic architecture. It actually looks kind of like a museum. Like what you would expect a museum to look like.
Uh-huh.
And on a basically a small plaque beside the entrance in the way that screams understatement, it says New Pacifica Historical Society.
Oh.
which, if in case you don't remember, were the recipients of the object you were transporting. So the car stops and your driver gets out.
And that's when the vehicle explodes.
Everybody roll a new character, please.
Rocks fall, everyone dies.
Oh, everybody rolls to not die.
Hey, I've already survived one explosion. That's enough for me for one day.
That explosion made me sad. I wanted to take that.
Aw.
I wanted that. I could have done terrible things with it. I mean, not terrible things. Awesome things. Totally wouldn't have been abused.
Not at all.
Are you getting out as well?
Yes.
I'm considering staying in the car forever.
You think he died?
Okay. Miss Shodal is standing by the entrance, looking slightly impatient.
Milo's gonna stand out of the car, and out of everyone's way so they can get out, and also look impatient.
Just is kind of smiling. She's happy that they're annoying her. She's like trying her best to hide it because she really hates historical societies as well.
Whoa. But they've got some
What do
cool
you got
stuff
against
in
people
there.
who like old books and things?
I bet they've got some cool stuff in there.
Like, legit, what the shit? That's a very...
Because those people probably belong in the museum themselves.
Well, that's why they
I don't know,
start historical
Trish is right. If
societies.
somebody's got something that's at least 2 weeks old, they're doing it wrong. Throw it out. Print a new one. Print a new one. Needs that fresh smell.
Alright,
fresh, 3D printed
alright,
smell.
okay, let's just go. Okay,
Yes,
Gotta
he's
get
on
out
with it.
the kaleidoscope for this one.
a tippy tappy tiny feet.
Aw.
I'm gonna need to casually put you up on my shoulders so you can go faster. And by faster, I mean slower.
Oh,
I have to paint you red, and I'm pretty sure you're...
there it is. I was waiting for that reference.
Nice.
Gotta make the boys go faster!
Nerds.
Okay. So Melody, that is to say Miss Shodal, is basically turning to open the door, but then suddenly it opens and somebody steps outside.
Gasp! Sudden NPC introduction.
Yes!
Gasp!
In response, I will slam the door.
And they attempt to exit
No!
the door.
That
Yo, new NPCs! Oh!
We don't have to go up that. No!
I'm. Oh wow! Something fell down. That would be very bad for you to do, Libby. And I don't think Libby would
I
actually.
meant that in a sarcastic joke way. I didn't mean that, and I was actually going to slam the door. I was figuring the door was probably opening in such a way that, probably wasn't really conducive anyway.
Space doors, they go sideways.
Space doors open their own ways now, so it's not like it's just like sliding over. It's probably sliding open. It would have been great. I still want to do that to an NPC though, and then suddenly an NPC slam.
Yep.
I was like, nope.
Anyway, the person that's stepping out of the building is a jackal in a in a nice enough suit. You know, it's nothing overly fancy, but the kind of dress you expect from a business person. And he's smiling, and Melody is obviously not happy to see him, and she's not bothering to hide it.
Already, he pleases me.
And we are introduced to her father.
No, that's not her father.
Luke.
Is it Luke's father?
No.
Oh, we're
Don't
nerds.
answer that question. Just go on.
He's saying, "Oh, Melody, how good to see you." Whoops, sorry. She replies with a rather icy, "Likewise, Mr. Bowman."
I know that name.
Before he can say anything else, she turns to you, and in a somewhat forced way says, "If I may introduce, Keith Bowman. He is one of the newer members of our little group here. He works for TTI."
It is the same man.
Alright, at this point, Libby is going to bat those eyelashes. That happens now.
He smiles and nods to each of you in turn, especially to Libby.
I just nod back as he nods to me.
And eventually, he turns back to Melody. Says, "So is this the little group that I have heard? No, that has brought our exhibit 13?"
Tygon, did you just make this reference? I think you did.
What?
In the reference for what the name of the game is?
Well,
He
now
said-
we're all
he
gonna
said-
get killed
he
by
said
it.
the turtle.
Oh no! We're out of the. Oh, crap! What's it called? The spot.
The intro? The prologue?
Is it the prologue? It's got a different term though for movies.
Prologue?
I have no idea, and it's not really important.
Act
Yeah,
1.
that's why I said go.
The stage is set.
Okay, but where oh yeah, right. Melody replies, "They were supposed to, but I am afraid they lost it."
That could be argued.
No. You lost it.
But we're not here to discuss semantics. We're here to fix the problem.
Mm-hmm.
So rather than whine about whether or not it actually was our fault or anybody else's for that matter, let's just find the dang thing.
The jackal, for his part, does look surprised. But you know what? Everyone give me a, let's say, community perceive check.
Community perceive.
Oh no, community checks. I'm unfortunately great at those.
If you have anything in manipulation, you can make it a manipulation check.
Right, I actually have manipulation.
This is manipulation. I've got a boon in that.
I got a boon in 2 ranks.
So I have
At
a
least I'm
point in
getting
that.
the ones out of the way early, I guess.
Well,
Hello, Libby's here.
Thank you, Libby. I appreciate you.
Okay.
So I have two big successes.
Mhm.
One very big success.
Yes. Libby and Trish, you can tell that he is not really surprised. It really looks more like he just heard the confirmation of something he already knew.
Suspicious!
This is the point where I don't share anything.
Like a smart verb.
Because you get too panicked.
And
Confrontational.
when I get panicked enough, I get super violent.
You get confrontational. It's not good for your blood pressure. I'm just gonna stay open, kind of pay attention to what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
I'm writing the ebbs and flows of this conversation chain.
So he replies with, "Oh my, how unfortunate. What are we going to do about that?" Says, "Well, we are contractually obligated to give them the chance to rectify this mistake. So that's what we are going to do." And Keith Bowman turns back to you, to you guys, and goes, "Oh, well then, you look like a very capable group of individuals. I wish you the best of luck, and if I can be of any help, please do contact me."
We shall indeed. Thank you very much for your concern.
He nods and then steps aside. So you guys can enter the building.
And in we go.
Flounce.
If any of you
I'm not making the mistake of walking behind Libby this time.
Of course not. That's why I'm going to pick you up and put you on my shoulders.
I'm a bit big for that.
if
You bite, you fall.
if any of you should look behind yourself, you can see Mr. Bowman typing away on his toggle case. Occasionally glancing in your direction.
Suspicious.
I'm not going to pay him too much attention.
Ignore obvious bad guy.
I will leave that to Rage.
Tiny rage.
I just like to think that wherever we go, he's just like pointing at people and going, "Suspicious!"
You're just giving everyone the dirty look.
Libby's decided that she can't rely on that for anything because, like, the first couple weeks of their time together on this contract, he kept looking over at Libby, going, "Suspicion!"
Everyone's
So-
suspicious of Libby.
Okay.
So I'm guessing he's too far away to actually.
I'm sorry. I just mashed that out button. I mashed it real good, and now it's stuck. It won't come out.
Oh. Clockwork, you had a question.
So I'm guessing he's too far away to actually see what he's typing about.
Yes.
Okay.
All right. So you are led through the building. It's as you expect. It's very nice, very posh, very expensive, and it does really, at least in parts, look like a museum. There's also obvious construction going on, which matches up with what you found out that this is actually supposed to open up like a museum. You can like go into and look at stuff.
Please tell me there's a sign that says "Do not touch."
There are several signs that say "Do not touch."
And a couple that say, "Dude, please do touch."
That means I get to touch all the things.
No.
You know what? If I might,
Yes?
every time Razor goes to touch an object, I'm going to move the sign in front of his hand, so he touches the sign instead. And I just look at him and go, well, if you're gonna break the rule, at least break it in the most benignly annoying way possible, and touch the don't touch sign. It
And
clearly
then
doesn't want
the
to
do
be
not
touched.
touch sign, which is laced with all sorts of security measures, goes
Put it
See,
back.
my first thought was one of those child leashes and harnesses.
So, like, is there anything that is remotely interesting?
Depends on your interests.
If
would
if
assume.
if you're
Nothing in the
interested
first room is remote controlled.
if you're interested in history, then this place is chock full of interesting stuff.
Like,
No,
anything
I'd love to
that's-
take the time to actually look through all this stuff. Unfortunately, we have a job to do, so let's focus on that for now.
Okay. Still looks for
I'm
something to
just-
fiddle with. Uh-oh.
Goodbye.
Well, Discord's having problems.
What's happening?
Dis-
Who died?
it's, Discord is apparently having server outages due.
Uh-oh.
So that might happen again.
Well, let's
I don't think we
let's
lost anybody.
let's
Oh,
let's.
Blackball seems to be in limbo.
Uh-oh. Can't
Am I
hear you,
better now?
Blackpaw.
Oh,
there you are.
There
yes,
you are.
yes.
Okay.
Well, let's just continue and hope nothing actually happens.
Okay.
Okay.
Two of my servers went down.
You are eventually led into a well, what basically kind of looks like a conference room. Oh, it's although it's like real. The table looks real antique. And everything, you know, it all matches the idea of a historical society. The bookshelves on the walls. But as soon as Melody sits down and touches the surface of the table, like you can see that the entire surface is a smart of the table is a smart surface. So it's there's definitely some nice equipment here.
Curse you, Microsoft, and your Surface devices.
She motions for you all to sit down.
Okay, so this is a secure location. I'm assuming.
Are you asking me or are you asking your employer?
I'm asking narrator god thing.
One would think so.
Okay, because because paranoid and because I remembered I can do it. I want to sniff for EMF just to see if there's anything screwy. I trust nothing about these people.
Okay.
I don't even trust I'm gonna get paid.
Do a I would say mind perceive search. Search sounds good.
So 2d12, I believe, because I think I got a boon. Yeah, 2d12 and 1. Oh, so that. There we go.
Okay.
Could be worse.
Well, there's a lot of electronics in this room. You can say that.
So,
Okay, so nothing that pops out as, that doesn't look like it belongs.
Yeah, no, not really.
That doesn't look like a claymore in the wall.
so you said there were books, right?
Yes.
Can I do a search or like an investigation to see if any of them have a common theme? Like, what I'm trying to see is possibly what they would have wanted to get their hands on.
Oh, like what topic, if any,
Yeah.
that they all cover?
Yep. Go ahead. Do a search roll.
Obviously, Earth-based black magics.
Mind perceive.
Okay. Probably not.
Well, as far as you can tell, these are all history books, in some capacity or another.
Just old.
Well, okay. They're either books about history or books that are actually really, really old.
Okay.
Think of it as kind of like the library you'd see at the museum. If you've not seen one of those, let me inform you that they have a chunk of it which is specifically the old books. They're actually physically old. Or there's a chunk that are about all of the other old stuff in the museum. They have a tendency to cover all of those topics, and sometimes some that they don't actually have exhibits for. However, I do have a question, Tygon.
Yes.
In this day and age of digital literature, why do they have physical books like this? Wouldn't it just be several data slates put on top of a shelf and made good? Or is it that...
Like what we have now?
It's a novelty thing. People would do it because of, somebody who already loves old crap is gonna have a geek fit about the fact that there's actual books there. There's probably a digital version of it too.
That's what I was gonna ask. Or is it just a personal flair touch to the museum that they've decided to do that?
It is pretty much that. You can count your fluffy tail on that they have all the data they actually need for their work in the computer. But it's a historical society. They have books. They have actual physical books.
Guys, look at this. They have words printed on dead trees.
No, that's not dead trees. That's just printed paper from the 3D printer. Nothing's been a tree for a long time.
I'm afraid she's correct there. Even the really old books there are were 3D printed at some point.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow. I'm just forgetting terms now. Geo. Oh, crap. Whatever. Go.
Okay.
This is happening far too much.
So she goes, well, sit down, please. You're making me nervous.
Okay, if I have to.
I have to do
Clampers up on two chair. It's probably at my chest height.
I'm going to sit down calmly, just evenly looking around the room and, at her.
Razor sits down with a calm and sophisticated manner.
Milo wants to stand real bad. Milo continues to stand because he failed my personal resistance roll. Because he was conflicted.
He can stand. He can stand behind. He can stand behind Guy and make him feel safe.
Or
in an
unsafe.
environment full of scary things.
He can stand if he wants to.
You can stand if you want to.
Yes.
You can leave your friends behind, but if you do that,
I don't think you want
XP,
that.
and you'll probably end up dead. It's usually how it works at D&D parties.
Okay.
I just sit back on my rear head.
Oh, wait, you're a special case. And yes, they don't have. They're not as accommodating here as the Opal Star was. I mean, for a tower, it's not a problem. You just need to move a chair aside. But they don't have a chair for micros ready. It's there are chairs meant for people with big tails. So for Libby, it's not a problem.
Oh, you guys are having problems for it. Do they have like a pitcher with glasses for like water? They do at fancy conference tables.
Actually, no.
Okay.
I'm gonna assume Guy is used to having to sit in chairs, or at least stand on top of chairs that are not meant for him. So
Probably.
yeah.
I would totally let you sit on my lap, but you seem like you're preoccupied.
Terraforming, that was it.
That's not safe. Mostly for me.
Okay.
That's not said out loud. I just thought it was funny.
Melody looks at Milo for a moment. but eventually continues. Okay.
Trust is gone.
Now, like I said, your contracts give you the opportunity to rectify the mistake you made and, let's say, retrieve the object you were supposed to deliver, wherever it might be. And I am contractually, like I said, contractually obligated to give you this opportunity. I'm not going to lie, I'm not happy about it. But here we are, so let's try to make this work. Before I continue, any questions?
So, like, what were we supposed to transport anyway?
The object you were supposed to transport is about 1 millimeter thick. It is round and roughly 25 inches in total diameter. For you US people, that's 25 centimeters, which is about 10 inches.
I was gonna say, it sounds like a small metal frisbee.
So, smaller than a bread box.
Yes.
I'm just gonna stare at Razor for a minute.
Hey, it's good.
It is what is known as an OAD, an optical analog disc. Razor, give me a mind exert logic roll, please.
I know what that is!
Oh!
Logic.
The lore! The lore!
Didn't this already come up with something we thought it was gonna be? I think it did. We had a lot of conspiracy theories. One of us may have been proven true.
Wild theorizing kid!
Okay. While you have, while you do remember hearing that term before, you do not remember any details. Well, the rest of you may roll as well.
Mind exert logic?
Yes. Just so you know, this is because it's very obscure. It's you're gonna need to roll good for this one.
Yeah, Trish wouldn't know. She just kind of nod her head.
Is it a logic roll?
Yes.
Obviously, someone hasn't had access to alcohol recently.
What was it? Mind perceive or community perceive?
Mind exert.
Mind exert. Okay.
Mind exert logic.
All right. Well, this is going to be interesting because logic apparently is still a fault for me because of that. So, but I do okay. Libby knows her stuff.
Okay. So
Oh, I should have been roll 2, whatever. He's really off his game.
no, but it's okay. Guy and Libby, you do vaguely remember hearing that term before. It's some really old data what you call data format, not format. Damn it! Not the format, the thing that the data's actually on. I'm
Media.
missing the media.
Oh, we're all having trouble with words
Kind
today.
of recording, isn't it?
What is words?
Well, if you want to know more details, you either have to ask or do research.
No, I was just thinking. Okay, so it's some form of holding data, and it's very old, so it's probably human. But these are things that the character don't necessarily know. But like as a player, I can sit there and go, okay, maybe the character will have enough brains to ask this kind of question.
Okay,
So
so
no cushion.
basically what we know is she just said that it's a disc about so big, and then all we know is that it's a form of media, right?
Yes, a media storage thingy.
Okay, so we know it's some sort of a data storage thing.
Yes.
Oh, isn't that like that thing that like the hipsters really think is super cool or something? Oh my god! I can't believe that they're gonna have like some of those on display here. That's so cool.
Records, man.
Isn't it meant to hold some form of recording? I admit I'm not exactly an expert on that.
I think it's like just for like general data or something like that. I don't know. Like
Um,
I didn't really get into that.
You are surprisingly in a way both correct. It is a very old and very obsolete form of data storage, specifically audio data.
Hold up. I just want to draw attention to this.
Hmm?
You were both surprisingly correct. Insulting!
Yep. It was not
Dude,
lost on
so-
anyone.
So it's like a record fan.
Record. Oh yeah, he's a DJ. He would know about records. Never mind.
Shush,
Logical.
just turns. Like, so we're going after some data file and that you don't have backed up and you just can't print out a new one?
I think like it's because it's like on an old thing, so that it's like worthwhile. Because like I mean, it's like you know they collect that kind of stuff. I mean, there's like all sorts of junkies out there that like hold on to this stuff because they think it's like so super cool because of the age and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Even more so if it's like, I don't know.
Crazy nut jobs that think like like the old stuff like from museums is like something that they should like have in their house and flaunt it. It's like really creepy.
I mean, I know a few people that still keep the.
But this is like actually a museum, so it like actually makes sense that they have it.
So,
Thank
we
you,
have-
Miss McAllister.
do you mind if I ask if you know what kind of recording is on this device, if any is stored at all?
What does it really matter? I mean, the fact is that somebody took it. They shouldn't have had it, and
Well-
that it should be here in the museum.
Well, I mean, if we know what kind of recording it is, we might have a bit better information on why they might have taken it.
It might not even have anything on it, for all we know.
Exactly.
If I may, we in fact do not know what is on this disk, if there's anything on it at all. Frankly, it doesn't matter. As far as we know, they were mostly used by enthusiasts and hobby musicians in the early days of Vector Society. It could be just someone who recorded their shopping list so they wouldn't forget it. Like I said, it doesn't matter. The disk itself is what matters.
Clearly something on it probably matters.
Well,
You got shot
well,
at twice.
what
It's
they're
not-
getting at is
It's
What they're
valuable
getting-
because of what it is. It's not really what it carries. It's value because of like the fact that it is an old recording of any kind, or possibly one of those kind of medias. That's why it's valuable, guys. It doesn't really matter what it has on it.
yeah.
So,
I-
it's just because it's old.
Yeah, I asked because, maybe it's one of those, one, the object itself is valuable, and two, whatever's on it is also valuable. But if the case is that it's just the object itself, it doesn't really matter, that's cool. I was just looking for clarification in my case, so, now I'm wondering, I'll be quiet, not Theorycraft. Will not help the GM!
Damn it!
Well, anyway, so can I get further details on this contract loophole thing that's going on here?
Contract loophole? Oh, this clause.
Yeah. I'd like to can I go over that for a little bit, because I have some other contract stuff I'm doing, and I need to double check how this is gonna conflict.
Well, of course, you should have the contract in your own files, don't you?
Okay, I think I have. Let me look. I just wanted to make sure that that was already included in the information I had, and it wasn't an addendum I needed.
No, you should have that. Should.
Okay. She's gonna sit there and just start quietly going through her toggle.
Okay.
Addendum.
Well, I was like, you know how like there's like this is mentioned in clause 5.8b in document G5, and to be like that wasn't in my original contract. No.
Quit making up extra shit, you bastards!
Okay. So yes, we purchased this disc from Director Whitefield for a considerable amount of money. Because of its value, Opticorp constructed this carrying case, which is, because wonderful timing, is actually now brought in by some employees, who are also bringing refreshments, by the way.
Nice.
Yep.
Kind of refreshments.
Water.
Oh.
Where were we?
I'd say quit trying to get drunk on the job, but in somebody's case, that actually makes them better at their job.
So, yes, they constructed this case to our specifications, and the trusted employees of mine that I had mentioned earlier checked it, verified it, and made certain that the disk was placed in this box. After which you received it.
Well, we never actually saw it in the box.
I believe what her stipulation is that they have verification that it went in the box, and then that we received the box.
Indeed.
And that insinuation that we somehow didn't get it in the box means that, you know, we're insinuating that in that brief moment where it went from that fellow to us, it was somehow again removed from the box, because we don't know really what the timeline on that was. So most likely this is mostly just incriminating us in the situation that we took it.
Very well said.
So pretty much we're in a he said, she said situation, as to coin the old term.
Mm-hmm.
Very.
We can't really completely narrow out the fact that at some point somebody could have in fact violated the container while we were on the trip.
In any case,
Unlike...
in
yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
in any case, Miss Shodal continues. Only my toggle is able to open this box. Obviously, it can be forced. No system is perfect in that way. If somebody is determined to open something, they will find a way. However, there would have been traces of that. Without my toggle, you cannot open this box without damaging it.
Oh. I thought of a thing, but now I can't say the thing because Guy wouldn't know that. Dang it.
So is there any damage on the case?
Nope.
None that we can see, anyway.
What's the box
No,
made
no,
out of?
no damage. And as far as the electronics of the box say, it wasn't opened either. Well, until Melody opened it, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It is made of Really, really,
Unobtainium.
really strongium.
Strontium.
Strontium.
Heavium.
I mean, it's not like people can just reach in and grab it.
Well, it is also true that, like, on the way here, we did, like, print out copies of it.
You did
So,
what?
But we made copies of your box.
But it wasn't actually copies.
It wasn't actually copies, we just made it look like it. We made doppelganger boxes, so that way people wouldn't actually, like, get the actual one.
She blinks for a moment. That actually breathes a sigh of relief. So you created decoys. Okay.
Yes, we created multiple decoys just in case, because we were hoping to like negate like some people like trying to break into the room and take the stuff. But one concern I have is like if it was like linked to your toggle, is there like any kind of like master system? Because you said like another company developed the box, right? Like, couldn't they have done something to like give them like root access and to like be able to like control whether or not they keep records and whatever? Because somebody had to set you up for access for that thing to open it up, right?
That's my employees checked it thoroughly. We confirmed that it was built to our specifications with no additional systems or programming in it.
Well then, that makes sense.
Well, then you're basically saying that you have your people verify that this went in the box. The box is also verified by your people to not have been tampered with in any way, and it has only ever been opened by you, which means you stole the thing.
How?
We didn't open it. Jay didn't open it. Nobody else has opened it. You're the only one that's opened it. Following the logic.
Wait.
Something is not right here. There is going to have to be that the logs of the box have to be false. At some point, it had to have been breached. Because if they saw it go in, either your people are lying to you that it never went in the box, or the box you are being lied to that the box has been breached.
Wait a minute. I have a question.
Yes.
Just a thought. If you've been the only person to have opened the box, has it logged you opening it more than once?
No.
Did anybody think to check that?
I figured that's what she said when she was saying that the only log of it was her opening it. But if it's not in the box, the only log of it ever opening is her opening the box. It's not in the box, and she says that somebody's seen it go in the box, and that it was sealed, and she's confirmed on that.
Mm-hmm. Then
there has to be something there. This doesn't incriminate us.
Because
But it's still our job to get it where it was supposed to be.
We got the box there.
Yeah.
Not this again.
Well, no.
So
What I'm curious about, what I'm trying to figure out here, is, and this was something that I'm thinking Guy wouldn't know. Is there a way to transcendently breach this, or would it be possible to use the? I don't know if we actually have statistics on this, so like actual stats, but would it be possible to use a no-clip suit or something of that nature to actually gain entry into the box without violating its Does that make sense? Would there be a workaround? Because otherwise, I can't viably see it other than somebody somewhere along this process that isn't us, because we literally have recordings showing us with an unbreached box. The log itself, like, I don't see any other way to have entered it except via that sort of stuff. Maybe I'm just stupid and not seeing it.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I don't know about this no clip suit or what it's called because I don't know the actual mechanics for that.
It's a. The thing is, I don't think it would work for this because the way the no clip, I believe, works is it actually uses nano deassemblers to deassemble things ahead of you and then reconstruct them behind you as you move forward. That's how it lets you go through walls and stuff like that. So if there's no damage to it, I don't know if it would probably pick up the fact that it would be damaged. It would be breached.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's why I was asking that, because I was like,
Okay.
I don't know if that would work in this case.
Mhm.
I don't.
Yeah.
I just remember seeing it and be like.
And
that
also
might be a
the
thing.
fact that I think that would destroy the disc when they tried to grab it.
Yeah, I'm just trying to think of like
Mm-hmm. What I
even makes sense.
what I as a GM and as a player of a character who has an implant can tell you is that a translocation implant would not work.
Yeah, because you can't see it.
Yeah,
That's
also
what I was thinking.
The only
that
way,
same thing.
and even if you did the one to do the move through something, you'd be incorporeal when you tried to grab it.
Yeah.
And you wouldn't want to go solid like that because you'd have a box in your arm.
Milo would like to ask the employer
yes.
if he can examine the box to see if he can find anything that could be a clue as to find where the laser disc is.
Be my guest.
All right.
Sniff, 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 sniff.
Well, I mean, I guess sniff, but more computer. I mean, I guess I could do both. Because I want to see if there's anything like, oh, I don't know, it's got a location sensor on it. It wouldn't be GPS because that doesn't quite work in space unless we've got satellites everywhere.
Well, kind of.
Yeah. Space GPS. So,
SPS.
SPS, yeah.
I want to ask her for a list of employees that were involved with the process, putting the actual disc in there. We're gonna need to interview them.
Okay, so that'd be 2E 12. Right. Yeah, where is 3?
You're also gonna want to get like the like names of the people who verified the code for this thing because somebody did something foul.
So someone did some fuckery.
Wait. Did the bird just say someone did something foul?
Most foul.
Mm.
But she's not a duck.
Okay.
Hey, I didn't specify that. Foul. Shut up.
First to Trish. Yeah, that list won't be a problem. Interviews will be a bit more tricky since most of these people are still on Mars.
Oh joy.
We'll most likely have to communicate with them over transmissions. It's still going to take a little bit, the distance, but something at least.
Okay, now Milo,
Mhm.
you did a pretty good roll.
Mhm.
So you can tell this is some heavy duty security. No? Even though the thing was the thing didn't have actual Wi-Fi, you know, it's a there was really no way to access this thing. It was still heavily encrypted. No, everything was really locked down. It's also really simple. No, it's at least for this day and age, really simple construction. You know, because that way it doesn't break easily.
So there's no kind of like tracking sensors or anything, or like temperature.
No.
Well, there goes that lead. And I already know I did the EM sniff on it, so
Sniff, sniff.
yeah, there was nothing there. Also, none of you all hear any metallic clicking from me, right?
I heard some clicking, but I don't know if it came from you.
Okay.
I think all I heard was like a mouse click.
Well, since you're not hearing it right now, it's good.
Okay.
I might be idly picking padlocks while we do this.
Okay.
I'm behaving.
That's very nice idea to get in the mood, but don't overdo it.
I have to work with my fingers to help me think. I have to fiddle with things.
Okay. The list of people is actually fairly short. You know, there were some local
That's
people.
smart.
Some people who did the actual negotiations of the sale, and with the actual like handling, you know, the testing of the box that everything is as that it was built as it's supposed to, and the confirmation that the disc went in the box. That's actually just two people.
Okay, would I recognize any of the names or no?
No.
Okay, I kind of make a copy of the names and save it off to my toggle for later.
Mm-hmm.
What about those guys that we beat up?
Oh, the competition?
Would they know anything?
Which guys, on the station or outside the spaceport?
Like,
Well, they were kind of the same people, but continued. Because we ended up facing that one lady again, right?
No,
I thought she was there, the hyena.
no, she wasn't. She was not at the spaceport.
She just harassed us before we left.
And
Mm-hmm.
directly gave the name of our employer.
Yes.
So,
So they-
there's some level of involvement there.
They know something.
might be a good idea to talk to them.
Or at the very least to gain background information on them. Or information on their previous encounters with Opticorp and those involved, because
Well, I mean, on the one hand, though, they kind of think already that, like, we did the drop because they were trying to intercept because they thought it was in the case. So they probably don't know that it wasn't in the case.
Unless
and so the moment they find out that it wasn't in the case, they might go hunt it. But you're right, there is the possibility that entirely is a ploy to throw us off. But the simpler answer might be they really thought it was in the case. Because that's risking, a lot of danger and shit like that on people.
you get
And
what
what
I
would they get out of making us think we have it?
Okay. If I may interrupt, Ms. McAllister. The people, I actually just received confirmation from some trustworthy sources. The people you encountered at the spaceport as well as on Black Rock Station belong to the same group.
Oh, joy.
It is a, what should I say? It is a, I suppose you could call it Black Ops group that Marscore employs. The esteemed Lady Hyera that you encountered on Black Rock Stations is leading this group. You may remember a few years ago Marsco cracked down really hard on some gang violence on Mars. Well, as far as I know, Yashka Hayera was leading what essentially a biker gang. She got well, she got basically shot to pieces during a raid. Moscow put her back together, and now she's working for them.
Hired
That's kind of like
muscle.
that's like the weirdest turnaround ever, because it's like, oh hey, like, you know, Marco to like totally hunts down and like kills your gang and like nearly kills you, and then they decide to invest a whole bunch of money into putting you back together so they can put you into servitude. That's like weird.
Well, she is very good at what she does, and if you're wondering why she agreed to work for Moscow, when the person that has the off switch for all the hardware that's keeping you alive is saying, "Hey, work for me, or I push this button," then you work for them.
I'm not gonna lie. It sounds like you guys have some things going on with Marsco.
I'm actually surprised you guys have like such a negative thing with Marsco. I mean, that's like a really big company to have out for you.
But what could Marsco possibly want with this disc? It just has
Well, it's
historical
valuable
value,
in
right?
a monetary sense, and clearly for a very large amount of money.
This is Marsco we're talking about, though.
They do not want this disc. They want OptiCorp.
And any way to strike at OptiCorp and make them look bad, and thus reduce their stocks, it makes it easier for them to buy it up. Come on, it's corporate espionage.
Espionage 101.
Guy stops for a minute. Why do I know that?
It's because you work at like a pizza place, and that's like the most brutal business ever.
Because
It has nothing to do with it.
Because, man, the Vulcan mind meld.
Because you know about the man.
Remember that year that like Pizza Tiki went down? That was so sad.
Pizza Tiki. I love that.
The Vulcan
I love
mind
Pizza
Because of
Tiki.
unsanitary pregnancy. That's
There was like war in the street, and like little children were crying. It was terrible. Everybody remembers the Great Pizza War about 5 years ago.
That was not. Quit making stuff up for the heck of it.
Pizzagate.
Y'all just stop it.
You stop that.
Okay, enough reminiscing about Pizza Connection here.
Alright.
Pizza man.
Excuse me. Okay. Where were we? Oh yes, Yashka Hayera. We can be pretty certain that they don't have the disc. Because Yashka Hayera is not the kind of person to go for such ploys and attack you as some sort of ruse.
Yeah, it seems like it would be kind of too much risk versus reward of giving us the concept that we still had it, kind of thing. I mean, we could be suspicious either way, so they don't really need to risk incriminating themselves in the public eye and or getting hurt in the conflict. So I think they like seriously think that we had it, so that means it had to be another party took it.
Because let's face it, none of us here sitting in this room have it. You would have found it by now.
And also that means that it's very important for everyone to think it's still here. Because if otherwise, that will make the other group go look for it, and also it will lower OptiCorp's value.
Yay, Shroud of Lies.
Yes,
Let's complicate this even more.
not to mention the fact that we would very well get our money back from OptiCorp if they failed to deliver it. And that is money that that Opticorp really needs right now to fend off Masco and ASR. Is somebody snoring?
No,
No?
Ugh.
I haven't heard it. and I
Okay.
don't think it's me.
Okay, good. No, it's just wanted to make sure. What? Yes. Yeah. If he didn't need the money that badly, Whitefield would never have sold this disc to us. At least as far as he claims, this has been in his family for well over 300 years. So, under normal circumstances, he would never have sold it.
Normal circumstances.
So we're on to the abnormal ones.
I'm totally not like sold that he actually did sell it. I mean, can't you like get something temporary printed and then it just kind of like goes away?
Ooh.
I see what you mean, Miss McAllister, but that's very doubtful.
Just saying, it is something I would consider as something I will keep an eye out for. I understand it's very kind of a loose string to pull on that doesn't really have anything connected to it right now.
Well, there's so many things that don't make sense about this whole situation. There's so much missing information, and it could be something very obvious we're all missing.
What direction would you like us to pursue with this investigation? If we were to continue with it.
I'm sorry, what was that?
I said, what direction did you prefer that we pursue with this investigation if we were going to pursue it?
That is up to you.
Oh, goody. We're getting all the work and none of the help.
Of course you get help. Don't get me wrong. I do not actually think that this is your fault. I do not blame you. But it was your contractual duty to deliver this disc, and you didn't. So now it's your job to try and find it. And of course, I want you to succeed. So I will help you where I can.
There's nothing on the box.
However, again, as far as the contract says, how exactly you proceed is up to you.
I personally want to talk to the people who put the thing in the box. I was there for that.
Well, you can send them messages, but you can't talk to them.
Mostly because it would be annoyingly frustrating to do so. It's quite a lot of distance and time separating us.
And like a 4 to 5 minute delay between responses.
I mean, I wish there was an easy, like, straightforward ground pounder way to take care of this, but it's one of those situations where it's like, I don't think.
Yeah, we need to find some additional information somewhere.
Yeah.
Well, was there anybody else who was who was after you during your journey?
Well, there was the one time that first time someone broke into the room.
Someone broke into your room?
Multiple
Yes.
times. We filled them with regret.
Unfortunately, that might not mean anything though, because that's probably connected to the other group anyway. We don't really have any proof that they were a separate group, and if there's no sign of breach on the box, again, we have no lead.
Mm-hmm.
So,
What exactly happened?
Someone broke into the room.
And rapid spin down of all the things that happened, because I really don't want to say all the things that actually happened and just speed this all up. Word vomit.
Everybody give me a mind exert logic roll, please.
Mind exert.
Mind.
Just mind exert.
Mind exert logic.
Okay. Okay. The logic part cut out.
Oh, sorry.
It's not your fault. That's why I was asking.
It's entirely your fault. I blame you.
Yeah. I'm not doing good today.
I blame Red.
At least
Oh.
didn't fail.
Obviously, there has been a little bit of alcohol in this room because he's doing slightly better now.
eh. Eh.
My poor shark.
Maybe he's got lots
Twitter
of
tweet,
money.
Twitter tweet.
How bad is that tropical bird behind our house? I think it just sounds like it's in screaming in pain half the time.
Aw.
Wait
No,
a
that's just
minute.
like how the bird sounds. It's like like I said, a tropical bird. It screeches.
Okay, I have 2 9s and a 7.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Got this.
Turn
I
9.
have an 8.
That is.
Just one.
I would say that's good enough to relay all the information. Damn it! Where is my files?
In the same place I put all the stuff that I misplaced during the middle of the session.
Oh, there, of course.
Did you accidentally do the rite of banishment? You put something down in a place and said, I'm going to put this in a place I won't forget it because I really need it. And then it's gone forever.
Exactly.
This is the rite of banishment.
Screaming bird.
There.
I'm a scream. I'm a scream loud. Because I'm a burp. Scream.
Because it's birds, it's what they do.
Birds are jerks.
That's
Keep pooping on my car and tweeting at 1 o'clock in the morning.
Damn it, sorry, give me a moment. Come on, stupid computer, we're on a tight schedule.
Come on, stupid luck. Full set.
Solid state hard drive, yeah.
So,
Okay.
if
As one of you mentioned, you may remember there was a certain mouse who seemed to be really interested in you guys.
I was actually going to ask that.
What were you gonna ask?
After this part, I was like, does the name Iridencia ring a bell to her?
Alright, the mouse.
Mhm. Melody basically suggests that you should look into this person a bit more.
What?
uh-oh.
What?
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 Who?
Where?
The white
What?
wolf.
Whoa.
Poor guy.
No. I don't
Hey,
wanna.
guy.
What?
Isn't that
What?
who I think it is?
So, what do you know of Iridencia?
I know who her father is. I know I know the sort of work she does for him. And I know that there is a lot more behind that public face.
Hold up. Is it who I'm thinking of?
Yeah, it's the mouse that your fox worked for.
Do you have a file on her or anything? We're gonna need it. We did talk to her once already, but we really had no information on her.
That doesn't surprise me. If the things that I've heard are true, then she is not the kind of person who wants information about her in the open.
I may have a possible contact.
Is Razor able to pull up anything from his music contacts?
You can try that,
So,
but it is a remote possibility.
So what role would you say that would be?
That is
Are
a
you doing it with like a focus, or are you doing it as something else?
good question.
I think contacts is a focus, so it depends if you're leveraging it that way or some other way.
I was just thinking using like a mind or possibly like a search
Community?
set. Yeah.
Hmm. Yeah, that would be community.
Kind of a community perceive, maybe? Or community endure? Or, well, yeah, endure still here, yeah.
Yes. In this game, we still have community endure.
I don't know anymore. My world's crazy.
But do we have acuity?
No.
Well, there's in fact the TSS Accuracy that's about to be launched, but that's something else.
The only focus ability I have is the big picture, and I don't think that applies here.
Not yet.
Not yet.
Mhm.
What is that icon?
Stop looking at icons. But you
never
can make a community. Good question. I'm gonna say perceive. Make a community perceive roll.
And probably search, I think. Right? Or do you do something else?
Yeah, I can see search.
Yeah.
I'm afraid that is not enough. You're not able to get any more information other than what you already knew.
Yeah, I kind of figured. But it was worth a shot.
Yeah.
Is that a yes or no? Oh, sorry.
A what?
Oh, I was just gonna say, was that a
A chicken.
yes or a no that she had a file on Iridencia?
She's saying she didn't really have a lot of information about her. She just knew that she's up to stuff. But that doesn't seem like anybody has anything concrete on her.
Classic spyglass method.
Somebody probably has, just nobody currently in the room.
Mm-hmm. We're with the wrong people, and they don't have the right kind of blackmail material for what we need to get forward with.
So
We're going to need to break some different legs.
does that mean I have to call Kathy?
We could just see
Call
if
who?
Iridencia has
Like, when we were on the ship, he, like, it was part of the recap, was, like, totally that he was having, like, a date with Kathy, and then we found out she was working for, like, Iridencia or something like that. It was really awkward.
It was one of those things where it was equal parts I'm trying to be a decent vector, equal parts trying to keep my enemies close. In the end, nothing ever seemed to happen with it, and so it was just something we kind of shrugged off as, I guess that lead went nowhere. But I'm sure that she works for Iridancia, and I still have her contact information.
Interesting.
So I might call her. Get
I suggest you make use of that, and little advice: being a decent vector, admirable, but rarely pays off.
You know, I'm not in this for money.
That's surprising because like we took like a contract and there was like money involved with like an obligation thing. So I mean,
I wasn't
it's kinda
supposed
like-
to be here. We've been over this. It was entirely an accident. I'm still supposed to be back on Mars delivering food to Mrs. Walsh down the street. I'm not gonna have this talk right now.
Right. Well, do you know anything about the captain? I guess Iridancia and the captain of the ship, I believe his name was Hawk. They are kind of on good terms.
I believe the company her family runs had something to do with the computer system on the Opal Stars, so it's I wouldn't look too much into that. It's the captain being very nice to a preferred to a preferred passenger.
Okay. Like taking notes on everything.
Anybody feel like going to a concert?
Wait. Oh.
Not a bad idea, Razor.
What?
Oh. It all makes sense now.
What does?
Iridancia works as a DJ in some high-end clubs. Seeing as she's here, I wouldn't be surprised that a few of the local clubs may have booked a gig with her.
Well, I don't think there's really like anything else that we can really like offer you for information. Was there anything else you wanted to go over with us? Because I think right now we're just kind of wasting your time, and we should probably start chasing leads.
That sounds like an excellent idea. I will have my my chief of security here join you in a few minutes. He'll set you up so they can so that you can use our systems here for any investigations you need to do. Now, if you excuse me, there are things I need to handle.
Okay, thank you. Bye bye. Come
Thanks for the
again.
information.
Leave my office. My office now.
I was about to say that's technically her office, but
My office now.
Just, just loiters around looking through a kaleidoscope.
okay.
I'm
well,
not lollygagging, I'm dilly-daddling. Get it right.
okay, you are alone.
You're alone together.
Well, as a group, you are alone.
Well, as interesting as this is, I think this is a bad idea to be further involved with, personally.
It's not like we really have a choice.
Actually, we kind of do. I mean, we didn't get paid.
It's either do this or go to jail.
Yeah, but I think I could litigate that.
Eh.
Because, I mean, technically, I'm not getting paid for this right now, right? And they have absolutely no proof that I could have actually done anything wrong.
I don't trust going up against well-paid lawyers backed by a company that has a lot more funding than I do.
Probably smart.
I'm pretty sure the SCLU won't help us with this.
Yeah, I think that's probably a good idea.
This space of liberty.
So, Razor is going to start just fiddling with his toggle case.
Stop being so stubborn. I vote we leave. I don't feel comfortable in this place.
Yes, let's leave.
I do not like this place.
Do we have like a hotel room?
This
or
is probably a
something?
good idea to leave this place.
This place is all full of stiffs, man.
Haha, take that, Brinks.
So, I'm assuming. So, yeah. I'm assuming that we all leave, or
But you
is there
are.
anything that you guys do?
We probably should have asked if we get to keep the driver and the ride until we're done. Unless someone has like a pocket bike or something.
Or could walk.
I did it again.
Or public transport.
Oh. We could.
I mean, I would assume in the future public transport is probably better than it is now.
Either that or it's much, much worse.
Yes.
Either way.
I am gonna say public transport in the city is quite excellent. Um, okay. Well, you are free to leave. Nobody's stopping you.
Cool.
So
All right. Okay, bye.
after we're sort of out of the way and out of earshot of all these people, Razor's going to kind of perk up and say, you know, might not be a bad idea to just see what Marsco has to say about all this.
Will they even tell us anything?
Well, like I said, if you go tell them anything at all to let them know that they don't have the disc, then you're basically tipping them off that the disc is out there, and then you have somebody to race against if you're trying to get to the disc.
Mm-hmm.
And that is a concern you will have to face if you decide to totally tell them that. Because most likely, if this group, I've been watching you guys, I think I kind of get an idea how you guys roll. You guys are going to go there, you're going to start talking, and someone's going to shoot off the mouth of, where's the disc? And then that's going to be a thing. And then they're going to be like, oh.
Oh. Because as far as they're
So-
concerned, there's nothing left they can do.
Yeah, as far as they know, we have delivered it. And that it's a done deal, and they've lost right now.
We don't want any publicity right now.
I mean, we could just offer to steal it back.
You might be able to look into Mars Coast if there's anything there, but everything we do right now is just have to be kind of undercover.
Mhm.
Razor, Milo, you think you guys
What-
could look into the employees charged with actually putting it in there, see if they have any connections.
Well, unfortunately, I think all they can do is like send a message and then wait for a reply, right?
That's what it seems like.
So,
Well,
not like a lot of looking into it there.
you could look into them if you stayed at the Historical Society.
Splitting.
I
the
thought they
party.
were. I thought they were all the way back on Mars.
Yeah, no, but I mean, look into their background and things. If you want to actually talk to them, all you can do is send them a message.
Oh.
So,
Employee records, or I guess membership records.
Obviously, we can't remote access the stuff.
We must do research.
Yeah, because they probably have that stuff mostly under wraps. Because most places are still going to have some significant amount of security and keeping stuff off the Wi-Fi, probably.
So
They're dealing with personally identifiable information. They're not gonna let someone just get at that.
Mhm.
They're not Target.
Yep.
Or the PlayStation Network.
I will say, like, this is just me, and like, I don't want you guys to worry about it at all. But like I said, I don't really know if I'm like gonna continue on this contract because, for one, I'm not gonna get paid, and they're not going to throw a security guard in jail because, like, you know, something happened when they were on shift. So I'm probably not gonna see it. I don't want to really be blackmailed into this, but I also am kind of like concerned that they're sending us out for something that they didn't actually have.
Yeah, I've been getting that vibe too.
And I don't really like that idea. So if you guys continue with this, like, keep your eyes out for that, because I kind of think that maybe that box never had anything in it, and that this is just a good way to get you to go do something a little bit more illegal.
Yep.
So keep your nose clean, okay? All right, so you want to go look up those records?
There's something on my face?
I thought I was going to go see a concert.
Why are you going to go to a concert?
Because,
Because it's Razer?
yes.
All
Points
I know is
Stuber just nods very
this-
much.
this whole information needs some recon. We need to know more.
Well, like, the first thing we should do is probably see what their employee records say about those people that did the stuff, right? Also, like, I don't know, like, if anybody else got it, but, like, I totally noticed that guy when we first walked up, and they were like, oh no, the box got violated. He didn't really seem that surprised. He was like, oh, but he didn't act like it, and he spent, like, way too much time typing on his toggle after. So, I don't know. Suspicion, maybe that guy.
If it wasn't for the fact that I already did this, I'd be looking for a bug again. I don't trust talking about their things and all of this conversation while in a building controlled by the people
We're
we
not
don't
there
suspect.
though. We're like on public transportation, I thought.
Oh, I didn't realize we already left.
You did leave the building at least.
Okay, I just remember talking about it. I don't remember. Milo's painfully sober.
No, you did leave the building. Oh, and by the way, you still have the vehicle available, however, not the driver.
Oh. Is there? Oh, I don't have. Nobody has piloting skills. I don't think.
Just driving the cars, you're not gonna have to do a test or something for.
Okay, good. That's good. We don't want to deal with a installing a new driver and he crashes. It'd be bad.
Yes.
Okay, so I'm assuming we're going to look for a hotel or something. Because we need some place to go. That's more or less public. Or at least not controlled by the people we suspect to do terrible things.
Unfortunately, that pretty much narrows down to like everybody is suspicious at this point. So good luck.
Yep.
You know what we should do is go to like a really seedy dive bar with like a bunch of people who murder people constantly, because they won't be suspicious.
Awesome idea. Perfect. Love it.
Okay, so I'm gonna search some community, find me a CD dive bar.
What's your fail that I end up at the poshest restaurant in the city?
Okay, let's see here. Roll 3d8. The search, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. I have a fault in this and a simplify. Yeah. I got a 7. I don't find
Okay.
shit.
I made it back.
Fail critically bad.
Yeah.
I just don't-
Well, you-
I don't- I'm not good at finding CD bars.
You find a really greasy burger place.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's not go to that Denny's. We want to go to the other Denny's because the other Denny's is better.
This Denny's has better ratings.
Yeah. All right, guys. I'm gonna look on our social media app, and I'm gonna see which place is a no-star restaurant. That's where we want to go. That's how you find CD bars, right?
Ask Yelp.
Perfect. Perfect plan. I love it.
Yelp is adjusted to Yipe.
Yipe.
Your Yipe rating's gonna suck after I come by.
Oh.
Okay,
But-
so
but
what
it's-
kind of
it's-
places
it's-
are we actually going to as a group? Because apparently I can't really find a good dive bar for us.
I mean, wonder if there's any good dance clubs nearby.
That
Oh,
sounds-
that's a really good idea. Let's totally go someplace where we have to scream information back at each other.
that sounds
a
like a
crowded
body
place.
perceive check. We'll just lift your ear to the air and listen for.
Yes.
Lydia is just gonna put a hand to her forehead.
Oh
What's
dear.
wrong, baby?
What?
Something wrong.
It works with finding the best restaurant around. Just lift your nose in the air, sniff, sniff. Oh, that smells delicious.
Libby's gonna just start working on her resume.
Yes. But is there any luck that Iridencia is going to be DJing anywhere soon?
You can. You probably know how to look for such information.
I have a question.
Please ask it.
Do I recall the quote-unquote end destination that Kathy had? Was that not information we exchanged?
That I am going to say that probably is information that you exchanged. That's if you're on a voyage, and be on several dates with someone, you probably end up talking about where you're going.
Mm-hmm. So, do I happen to remember that, or am I gonna have to manually roll for that? Like, what's your...
I am going to say you remember that. I am a generous god. I say you remember.
Cool. So, obviously, I'm not gonna do it the very day that we arrive on planet, because that's a little weird. But I'm going to send her a message. Because she's on planet, yes?
Yes. I am gonna say that she, at the very least, told you that she was going to stay in New Pacifica for at least a few days.
Okay. So, I'm gonna ask if she wants to meet up at some point while she's still in town and go from there. And I'm going to relate to the party that, hey, I'm gonna see what I can do about that way.
Okay.
Does that sound like something viable to everybody?
That's good to me, man. You do
It seems
you.
it seems like a lead that you can follow.
Okay. Guy is very noticeably depressed about all this.
Aww.
You sure do have weird tastes in dates, man.
It wasn't what I wanted. I didn't want my life to be complicated this way. And again, I guess I couldn't really avoid it forever, could I?
Happens to the best of us.
Hey, Guy, what do you know about terraforming?
Not a whole lot. Why?
Okay, don't worry about it.
I mean, that was never really what I studied when I was a kid.
What did you study?
People.
They teach weird stuff at Pizza College.
Culinary school.
I didn't go to a culinary school, guys.
No, you went to Pizza College.
No. Up until I was 18, I didn't even have public records.
Oh.
That's okay. I like to keep everything kind of private too.
That's not what that means.
It's beautiful.
Logic has gone out the window.
Pizza College. I love it.
Milo's giving a very curious look.
All right. Well, is there anything else you want to check out?
I should probably buy another bulletproof vest.
All right. Well, let's go get you a bulletproof vest.
The other one I had kind of blew up.
Have you considered like being nicer to your stuff?
Hadn't really thought of that. Usually they're not much for conversation.
Okay. Well. Now, guys, what are you going to do?
Well, I guess I'm gonna go help make sure that the bat can get his new bulletproof vest. For reasons I don't really understand, he seems prone to coma. So we should just take care that he does not get somehow jarred in such a way to be left immobile somewhere.
That seems to be a common problem among bats.
Yes, I'm
Yes.
just gonna make sure he's okay. Meanwhile, I'm gonna be like checking out like various different armor and just looking at it because I know I don't have that much money to spend at this point. So I'm just gonna be like, nope, holding out.
Yeah. So, assuming you have the money, getting your bulletproof vest proves to be not a problem.
I have got to look up real quick and see how much that costs.
It's a new bulletproof vest.
Yeah.
Isn't
I
it
think
20?
What was it? 100 or 20? I heard two numbers.
Should be
Hold on.
100.
100. Oh, that works out. I have exactly 100 credit. I have exactly 100 credits.
You never eat again, but you can have armor.
Well, I won't be shot in the face and I won't get blown up.
Bulletproof vest, indeed, 100 credits.
Perfect. As long as there's no hidden feats in there, I'll be golden.
And tax.
Space tax.
Space tax?
We're not in space. We're in like Venus.
Oh, then
Venus tax.
it's Venus tax.
Okay. And Rage is going to do his thing when he does it, and then, I guess we're just gonna find some place to hunker because we're not doing too much until we can make a move.
Okay.
Unless we're chasing our own tails for a while.
Oh, I bet Libby's good at that.
No, she doesn't like to move too quickly with that. It hurts too many people.
Fair.
Since when does she care?
It matters because you might get her like plumage ruffled. She wants her tail feathers to be pristine.
Okay, well, finding a cheap hotel shouldn't be much of a problem.
Quick to space Google Maps.
Joyous,
Okay,
okay. I have sent the message to Kathy.
Google.
Yay.
That's good.
Oh.
Okay, I was just gonna search the rules for rent, but I underestimated how many words have RENT in them.
Out of space.
Right.
Most rents are for like per month, I think, too.
Dang, too bad I don't have my third passive
maybe it's a
for the
week.
background, because that would have covered this.
What? What was that? There.
Oh, I had the wealthy positive backgrounds. My third passive would be you can cover consumable narrative expenses for your party for free. Meals, transit, places to stay.
Ah,
Wait, and what was that?
Oh, my wealthy background, but
Oh.
that's the third passive, and I don't even have the second passive yet.
I was laughing so hard because Allie forgot she has the freaking passive and was sitting there fighting some guy about a goddamn beer he wanted her to buy. All right, so rent. It's like 100 credits for stuff, but I think it's supposed to be for like a month.
yeah, that's a month for a single bedroom apartment.
Hmm. So if we're staying at like a hotel, I'm assuming it's going to be much less than that.
Yes, significantly less. Yes.
Hmm.
So I'm just gonna hand wave that, so that's not going to be a problem.
Hmm.
I'm trying to find a way to make use of that positive bias that I have. This upsets me.
Okay. So, anything else you guys would like to do right now, or shall we move on?
Probably move on.
Probably move on.
I got
Yeah.
nothing.
Let's move on.
Okay. um. boop, 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 boop.
Moving right along.
Yes.
Now for something completely different.
Let me think for a moment. Okay. Guy will eventually get a reply from Kathy.
Oh joy.
You just asked her for like to meet her somewhere, right?
Yeah, sometime while she's still in town.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yeah, she's basically what her reply basically is oh yeah, sure, something on the line, say yeah, sure, would love to, how about tomorrow at that and that, I don't know, park or something.
Okay.
Yeah, would totally love to, but busy dealing with stolen merchandise. See you later, bye.
Well, if you were hoping for such a reply, then I'm afraid I have to disappoint you.
Hold on, meeting the fence.
Have to meet this guy who wants to who wants to buy an old data storage thingy. So maybe after that.
1 second, I have to deal with the sucker who thinks I'm into him because I'm taking his data storage thingy from him.
Oh, that one's mean.
Okay.
Oh, too close to home.
Poor little guy.
Sorry.
No, all you're doing is telling me that once I find a weapon that I can properly put my notoriety in, that you'd like to test the damage output on that first. That's all you're telling me. I'm not against testing weapons with the party members. I mean, you're giving me permission right now, aren't you? Aren't you?
I feel like I'm completely safe from this. Isn't he so cute? Alright. So, are you gonna accept her invite?
Yes.
You gonna do it?
I,
Gonna go there?
yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, ask her about it.
You want backup?
Dude, I'll go.
Razor, I love you to bits, buddy, but no.
You love Razor?
Aww.
He's a decent person.
The ship will not set
honestly,
sail.
That puts you much better than some people we've met.
I think he's talking about me.
Oh.
Libby, I am still undecided about you. You seem to be nice. Seem to be. But every now and again you do things that just make me angry. And I can't decide if you intend them or if you're completely oblivious to the fact that how angry they make me.
Hmm.
Now, guy, if you're gonna want to impress her, you gotta learn to do some skateboard tricks.
I'm not there to impress her. I'm there to find out whether or not her employer stole the stuff that we had.
So do you want somebody to go with you who's like really good at talking or something? Because you seem like you're kind of all thumbs and screaming.
I would appreciate it if someone came with me, yes.
That sounds like a totally good idea. I think Trish should go.
If she's up for it, then I suppose that'd be perfectly acceptable.
I'm just saying, because if I go, you get like really defensive and freak out, or else I'd try to help.
Honestly, at this point, I don't care who comes with me. I need to
Oh, can we
sleep.
do that thing where like a whole bunch of us like stand in an alleyway and like just kind of like shadow and be like deep whatever in the corner and be like crazy voices and be like, tell us who took that thing.
I don't think that's how this works. What cartoon did you take that from?
All of them.
Got an idea.
All
Guy
of them.
wears an earpiece, and then we give him all advice as he's talking to her.
Razor,
We'll be the voices in his
can
head.
I be honest for a minute, buddy? Have you seen the size of my ears?
Yes.
It is incredibly difficult to hide anything.
Milo is just shaking his head and just kind of taking a step back from this whole situation. He's not getting involved.
Like, I don't mean to be rude here, buddy. I want your help, but you're not helping right now. And I'm just as close to being rude to everybody, which isn't appropriate. So I think I'm gonna take a nap. I think that's the smart thing.
And I mean, I'll just like take a break and rest, and then we'll figure it out tomorrow. Because it's not till tomorrow anyway, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, refresh our spell uses. I mean, wrong game.
Yay! Everybody roll and get your hit points back.
I'm tired. And stressed.
Aw.
Just gotta listen to some good tunes, man.
Penny is going to, or no, Penny. Wow, our character all messed up now too. Okay, well, Libby's going to finish brushing up on her resume stuff.
Hey guy, you've gotta try this new track that I've got. It's amazing.
No thanks. I'm good.
If I am, unless I am mistaken, it's getting about time that we should stop for tonight.
Yeah.
Am I correct? Okay.
Yep.
Well then, there's just one thing left to cover before that. Libby.
Yep.
At some point during the day, you are getting an email, or whatever the cool kids call it these days.
I get a message.
A message, yeah, that works. Of your actually that doesn't matter. With a very interesting offer. Somebody basically offers you to how do you say it? Buy you out of this contract you're in currently. Because they want you to join a terraforming project they have.
Ooh.
That's cool, because I've been like applying to like a bunch of terraforming projects for like the last 24 hours. Once I realized shit went sour here, I was like, oh, I'm getting out of this. I briefly had that moment of looking over going, well, Guy doesn't really want to be here either. Maybe Guy wants to be a terraformer. No, Guy doesn't know anything about terraforming. Okay! I'm going to Callisto.
Yep. Libby has a really good job offer.
I'm basically what I'll probably do is I'll leave the room at some point with my matched luggage, and I'm going to, if it's okay, I want to leave behind a few things for my little parting gift to the party.
Sure.
Alright. I will leave my peeps.
Beep.
My repair kit. And my cosmetics that I will leave behind for my dear friend, who I hope he has a good date.
I'm sure he appreciates it.
I'm going to leave him all those things.
Oh.
Once he wakes up from his nap, he might actually be more appreciative and.
Yeah.
And
But I'm basically going to leave them like a little thing folded outside Guy's room, because I'll just leave a little pile of things: the repair kit, the peeps, and a little fancy cosmetic kit.
You will feel very bad later about this.
Aww.
And they'll be like you know how they have people do that annoying thing with lipstick on mirrors. I'm doing that in the shared bathroom for the hotel room.
Oh.
No.
Come on.
So Libby doesn't have lips.
Well, I gotta use that lipstick for something.
She has it just to just scroll things.
And I'll just leave like a stay alert as a message, and then Libby, and gone.
Sounds like very good advice. And yes, my friends, I'm afraid that means that Libby is officially leaving this group.
Yep.
Oh,
No.
Oh,
no.
sad. I know you got roped in by your roommates.
Yeah, well, he got 2 jobs in like the same week, so I might be having problems on Thursday nights too. Unfortunately, hopefully not.
I am. What do you say? Keep your fingers crossed for that.
Yeah, I was like, I hope that's okay. So we'll see.
Okay.
On the bright side, that one, it's like I think the pickup time's gonna be like after 11 o'clock my time, which would be closer to like closing time for that group anyway. So I'll probably be okay because
Okay.
because the game store stays open until almost midnight, and the game ends at like midnight, and he'd probably have to stay after for a little bit. So I could probably be like, I'll be there at 12:15.
Why don't you tell him to get his own car?
Well, he moved up here from out of state to try and look for jobs up here, and he didn't want to bring his car up here because he didn't know he was going to find work and he was just going to go home, you know. And so he's like, now that he's gotten jobs, it's kind of like, oh well, and driving the car up here is actually really expensive, so it's just better to just buy a new car up here and sell the old one. So it's just kind of doing that whole thing.
So
That's
many
what
questions have
happens.
been raised, but I'll talk about that after.
All right.
All right. In any case, thank you very, very much for joining my game here, Sammy.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
I hope it wasn't too bad. It's I'm still so new at this whole GMing thing.
No, it's a lot of fun. It's enjoyable. It's always good to see if somebody else plays it.
I'm very glad to hear that. Oh, and of course, before we're forgetting it,
And my XP.
yeah, XP for everyone. I believe it was 10 that we're getting now, right?
Yeah, I think 10.
Yeah, but let's make that 11 because it's you guys did reasonably well. And another 450 for Libby, just for Libby.
Because it totally matters at this point.
I'm gonna die in 2 months. It's gonna be great.
No, Libby's just gonna come back afterwards. We're
When
gonna
it comes back with that mod where it's
we're gonna go to Callisto and we're gonna visit Libby there.
You don't want to go to Callisto. It'll be funny if Tygon sends you to Callisto. I can give you information, Tygon, if you want to do that. So it's really funny.
Libby comes back with that.
Honestly, that would be really, really, really funny. Just like
You're
a later thing. Oh, hey, there's Callisto. You want to go
The
visit?
sad thing is, by the time you get there, you probably end up not getting to see Libby anyway, because she'd probably be on Europa. Under the sea. I know, go under the sea of Europa about 6 months from now. Good plan, guys.
Oh no.
Catch back up to Libby.
Oh my god. The loop has been closed.
Awesome idea. I will keep that in mind.
It's always a good plan.
You can go there next to the laser disc.
Also,
Alright, do I get to keep the laser disc, Tygon, now that I've got...
of course.
See, that's one thing I gotta leave the party with going is, wait, did Libby take it? She just totally cut and run.
The guy, she still has the package.
Libby had the box the most.
You remember when I took the box and I made copies?
Oh no.
The man did too exact.
Whoopsie.
Excellent. But we almost forgot. Everybody gets a let's say 150 credits. Because bounties for those dangerous criminals you kept from blowing up the spaceport.
Oh.
Money.
You prevented a terrorist attack that we couldn't bother in dealing with. Good job.
I has monies now.
Back to the
I'm
Hiccup
not
Dragon folder.
broke anymore.
Okay. Let me. Everybody say goodbye to the audience before I stop the recording.
Bye.
Goodbye, audience.
Thank
Bye-bye.
you, Dragon for game.
I go on nada.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining.